Gel Patrol is the name of my late arrival slime man for this shift. Of course, the first thing I do is sit down at the Walmart Subway. I ask the chef for some special burgers. He tells me the special burgers aren't ready yet, so I just get a normal one. And as I'm stuffing my face with this bovine delight disc, I can't help but notice we have a gathering of inner dialogue doyen. So I decided to see what these lunatics were up to. And of course I kick off with nothing but the creme de la creme of inquiries. They're worshipping Gonk, whatever that is. So this cranial symphony conductor informs me Gonk is in fact very based. Then I ask the Scientologist about the commandments of Gonk. The first one is, always be Gonkin. The second one says, do not openly hate those who are not Gonkin. Yet, I don't know what I've gotten myself into. I think the Scientologist is planning New World Order. The final commandment is to convert everyone into Gonkology. Now that I was programmed to follow my laws like a Borg, I was ready to convert people over to Gonkism. Oh, and apparently we needed space drugs for some odd reason, of which we dubbed Gonk pills. At this point, I decided to go on a magical journey to find white socks. Because the Scientologist said I needed some, I couldn't find any socks. All I found was a pink donut. The Scientologist then hands me space drugs and tells me to drink. Of course, succumbing to peer pressure, I check like he tells me to, so they don't kick me out of Gonk's good graces. I decided to show my collection of stolen goods to my fellow Gonkists. It was right around this time when the cosmic concoctions made their entrance. The Scientologist then starts interrogating me on my occupation. I try to tell him I'm a therapist or some shit, but I'm currently one with Gonk, so my words are a slurred mess. For some strange reason, he starts to think I'm a lawyer. At this point, he just gives up, and we decide to move on with our lives. The best course of action was obviously for us to grab as much power as possible. Of course, the Scientologist agreed with my master plan. Even the sidekick agreed with it. On our way to the HOP, Dave saves the day, giving us Gonk pills that we've asked for earlier. Before we can move on to the HOP, a mailman tries to drive off a pipe bomb, but he doesn't fool me, and I immediately book it. After realizing nothing happened, we continue on our way to the HOP to get security access. The space drugs from earlier have kicked in hard at this point, and I keep hearing voices to eat bananas, and I randomly start screeching. The Scientologist has collapsed over from whatever is making us hear these voices. I told the sidekick to perform CPR, but I got there first anyway. So, we brought him to medbay, and he seems to be fine now, except for the monkey noises he started making. I don't know what's up with that. Whatever space brainworms have infested our mind has made it so I sometimes just make monkey noises when I speak too. At this point, I'm convinced it's Gonk speaking to me, and he's telling me I need bananas. The Scientologist quickly saves me. He lets me know it's a false Gonk speaking to me. The false Gronk tries to overtake me and puts me in crit, so I have to take a little nap in medbay. When my nap is over, the Scientologist tells us more about the false Gronk. Apparently now we have radiation poisoning. That's space for you. We get all fixed up, continue on our pilgrimage to become sect. We apparently overstayed our welcome. After a long grueling journey, our pilgrimage is finally over. We made it to the HOP's office. Right off the bat, the Scientologist asks for the big boy guns, and for some reason, the HOP agrees. On our way back to sect, we got blocked by emergency doors. None of us had a crowbar, so we were cucked. That is, until I find a path around. I then told the sidekick to follow me. I had no clue where the Scientologist went off to. I just assumed we'd find him at the security office. Hopefully we were going the right way. I had no clue where anything is. Of course these two don't know that. Somehow, I actually managed to lead us all to security. But there are these weird flesh bud things that pop out of nowhere. Instead of backing off, I just run through. It seems safe deeper in security. A gun all of a sudden comes flying out of the darkness. I go and grab it to arm myself against the flesh buds. Apparently, it was this moth person who threw a gun at me. The Scientologist reappears. Apparently, he's still alive. The sidekick is fine too. We decide to raid the armory and arm ourselves. Since I'm a pickpocket, I just grab whatever I feel like. For some reason, there's a chaos donut in the armory, whatever that is. I could hear Gonk's voice telling me to eat it, so that's what I did. We came across this person who started yelling at us because they locked their car keys inside the car. They wanted us to blow down the door, but we had no explosives. So we did the next best thing any rational person would do. We opened fire on the door. While we were shooting the door, the lizardman tells the yelling Karen to calm down. We start to get low on ammo and wonder if we should waste our last magazine. Morale is low on rescuing the Karen. The Scientologist decided to waste all his ammo on the door. The door is unlocked and Karen long since rescued. but at this point it's personal. This door is going down. We decide to continue our journey to kill the flesh buds. I decide to go into science to see if everything's okay. Everything seems to be in order. We move on from side pretty quickly. Clearly there is nothing happening there. As the group is decided working is for scrub, we should just go to medbay and get high. Sadly, I lost medbay privileges when HOP made us security. I told the Scientologist about the predicament. Of course he tells us to open fire on the door, and he starts blasting, so I join in. Some guy walks in on us and asks us why, as if the answer isn't obvious. I tell him I need my meds. Then all of a sudden, everyone has a seizure at the same time. We're fine a few moments later. Since we got cucked, we decided to move on from the plan to get gonk pills. We returned to security to gather our thoughts. But for some reason, the prison is also full of flesh buds. All of a sudden, Gonk himself makes me his chosen one over the Scientologist. I decided to try out my Gonk powers and the flesh buds. It doesn't exactly go as planned, but guess it works. I informed the Scientologist I'm Gonk's chosen one now. The shuttle was called, so we make our way to evac. It looks like the Scientologist found more Gonk pills. Finally, someone with a crowbar opened shuttle doors. I decided to show the people the true power of Gonk. Hopefully they become believers of Gonk after this. Now that they've all seen Gonk's might and are probably believers of Gonk now, I make my escape successfully.
Oh.